I asked you guys on Twitter what budget you would target for a gaming PC on Black Friday week, and most of you voted for $1,000 plus. It was like 40% majority, pretty overwhelming majority. I was pretty surprised. So I have done exactly that. I've compiled a parts list using Black Friday deals, trying to find the best deals to build a PC, a gaming PC, the fastest one we can for under $1,300. This list is going to debunk a lot of the nonsense online that you need to spend $1,500, $2,000 plus on a gaming PC for it to be fast. That's just simply not the case. The Black Friday deals do help. In fact, we're saving around $180 from all the deals that we're getting today. So this would technically be closer to a $1,500 build. But even then, I think it goes to show that even though we're not saving a ton, I think it's a good sign that even outside of Black Friday week, you can still build a really fast gaming PC for around $1,500. But obviously the Black Friday deals do help a lot. So let's just dive right into it, shall we? Before we continue, this video is sponsored by cdkeyoffer.com. The retail version of Windows 11 Pro costs $200. But what if I told you you could get it for just 31 bucks? You'd say, in this economy, make it cheaper. Lucky for you, CDK Offer is having their Black Friday sale. Just enter BW20 at checkout for 25% off any order. That brings Windows 11 Pro down to just $23. Yeah, but some people hate Windows 11, understandably. How about Windows 10 Pro? Enter code BW20 at checkout and boom, Windows 10 Pro for just $17. You can't even buy your family Starbucks with that. These keys are safe and reliable. I've been using them for years. The checkout process is super quick and you receive your key immediately after purchase. Activating Windows successfully has never been easier or cheaper. Code BW20 at checkout also works on all Office products like Microsoft Office 2019 that you can cop for a mere $53. All software products on the site are on sale right now, so click the link in the description to check them out and don't miss these wild once-a-year deals on cdkeyoffer.com. So let's just dive right into it, shall we? This is the CPU. I went with the Ryzen 7 5700X 3D from AMD, 8 cores, 16 threads. It's on sale, of course, for 50 bucks off, down from $250, $197. Now, I did consider going with the 5600X. Fantastic budget CPU. However, we are pairing a fairly fast GPU with this build, and so I didn't want too crazy of a bottleneck, unless we're just gaming at 4K all the time where the bottleneck doesn't really exist. This is a much more balanced CPU for that, and it's significantly faster. Not notably, somebody corrected me on that. My words suck. Noticeably, not notably, noticeably faster than the 5600X, and is gonna be a much better pairing with the GPU that we're using. And for 50 bucks off, I'll take it. 5600X is, I think, $105 right now. This is only $90 more than that. You're getting 2 extra cores, way better gaming performance, but it doesn't have a cooler. 5600X does come with a Wraith cooler. This one does not. So, Thermalright Peerless Assassin 120 SE. It's the best. It's the best. You can't, there's been tons of reviews on this thing. It competes, it beats out the Noctua NHD 15, which is like twice the price. Look, it's on sale for 35 bucks. Okay, it's normally only 39, which is already insane. $35 for this is an absolute steal. This competes not only with that Noctua cooler, but also 240, 280, 360 millimeter AIOs go up against this thing. It's just the GOAT. It's the undisputed GOAT. For that price, you just can't beat it. Not only is it great for the, it's going to be more than adequate for the 5700X 3D, but whatever upgraded CPU you throw in later, it should be able to handle it no problem. Our motherboard, the MSI Pro B550M Pro. Why'd they say Pro twice? It's twice as professional. VDH Wi-Fi. This is a micro ATX board, and it's $90. It's $20 off. So it's a budget board, but it's not like a garbage board. It's got 4 DIMM slots. It supports dual channel memory. It has onboard Wi-Fi, which is really nice. I mean, I always suggest that if you can connect via Ethernet, that's the optimal way to go, but not everyone can do that. And it's also nice to just have onboard Wi-Fi for troubleshooting, a backup. It's really nice. It does have front panel USB-C, although the case we're using doesn't have front panel Type-C, but it's still nice to have. Also an indication that it's not just a shit board. And what else? A couple M.2 slots on there. VRM's not anything spectacular, but it's a 5700X, it's fine. So solid board. And then we have memory with that. 32 gigs of Team Group T-Force Vulcan Z DDR4. There's a dual channel kit, 3600 speed. I wanted to get 3600 in there. It would have been nice to get something with a little better than CL18, but you know, as soon as you start really going down in latency, the price really shoots up. They're gray sticks. I wanted to get black, you know, aesthetics and all that, but they didn't have any for that cheap. There was a 3200 kit for relatively cheap, but I'd rather take the performance. Gray's fine. Spray paint the sticks black if you want, if you care that much. And for our GPU, the MSI Shadow RTX 4070 Ti Super, 16 gigs of VRAM for $750. Not too shabby of a deal. These don't go on sale very often because they sell like hotcakes, but down from $800, just $749.99, and a $10 rebate on Newegg right now, $740. Hey, why not? But triple fan design, super fast card. This is where the Ti, like for the 40 series, the Ti actually makes a big difference in performance. Going from the 4070 Super to the 4070 Ti Super. And I did consider going the AMD route. There's some pretty good sales on the 7900 series, the XT and the XTX. The XTX would have been a bit more expensive than this. I don't know if we would have gotten under $1,300 if that was our budget, but it would outperform this card for sure in rasterization performance. But once you're dealing with like this tier of gaming performance and you're starting to look at 4K, then DLSS becomes a lot more useful. Right now, DLSS is the better image upscaler over what AMD's got, and so yeah, it sort of leaned me this direction to go NVIDIA, especially with the deal. And for the 7900 XT, it would be a bit cheaper than this, but for maybe $70, $80 more, you get DLSS, you get NVIDIA's full suite of technologies, which they're great for content creation. It just makes this card much more well-rounded and much better ray tracing performance as well. So this paired with the 5700 XT is going to be a fantastic combo. You can see why I didn't go with the 5600X. It just would have been too imbalanced unless we were just strictly gaming at 4K, which I think most people are still on 1440p, more so than 4K anyway. So this just makes a lot more sense right now. Silicon Power, 1TB UD90 NVMe 4.0. So this is a Gen 4 drive. For this price, $53, you're not going to find many 1TB drives that are above Gen 3. Most of them are Gen 3, and it's a big difference going from Gen 3 to Gen 4. I would say about roughly half these numbers. Gen 3 is probably doing 2,000, 2,500, for the budget ones, as opposed to 5,000 megabytes per second read and write. Pretty solid. For the power supply, I'm going with the Thermaltake Smart BM3 650 watt 80 plus bronze ATX 3.0 and PCIe 5 ready semi-modular power supply. I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this one because it's 650 watts. I think recommended for 4070 Ti Super is 750. But if you do the math, if you actually look up all the numbers, max power consumption, if you're really just stress testing the hell out of that card, maybe 320 watts. If you're stress testing the hell out of the 5700X 3D, maybe 110, 120 watts. That's 440 watts combined. We still have tons of headroom, over 200 watts of headroom. Yeah, it's 80 plus bronze, but even if you take 85% efficiency and all that, we still have a ton of headroom. And that's assuming that you're stress testing and maxing out, looking at the absolute peak achievable power consumption, power draw for both CPU and GPU simultaneously. It's an impossible scenario, never gonna happen. But even if it did, this is still enough. But feel free to bite my head off in the comments. I understand. If this makes you uncomfortable, go with the 700, 750. And I do like the fact that it's ATX 3.0 as well, so it's got that 12 volt high power 16 pin plug right there with the included cable. Yes, yes, yum yum. And then finally the case. The Montec Air 100 ARGB Micro ATX Tower. It's a Micro ATX case on Black Friday deal for $5 off. Montec's kind of been killing it lately, I'll admit. Like they kind of started off as this no-name brand, and they're still fairly obscure, but they're gaining popularity because of just their budget cases, like really good performance, kind of like the Peerless Assassin from Thermalright. It's just really good performance, really good value, decent quality cases. This one comes included with 4 120mm fans. I scoured the web, I could not find, a Micro ATX case for this price point that came with more than 1 or 2 fans. And they're ARGB, for what it's worth. Why not? Nice looking dust filtration on the front. Looks pretty decent, And I don't mind the minimalistic design. Just, blends in. It's nothing weird or awful or gaudy. That is, the whole build came out to $1,288. Like I said, we saved about $180 US, and that is, this is a very, very fast PC for that price. I'm happy with it. I spent a lot of a shameful amount of time compiling this. I kept going back and forth at different parts. This is the optimal one that I felt made sense to me. But if you guys have any suggestions on how you would tweak or modify this, let me know. And I wish you all the best with any of your Black Friday shopping. If you are going to any brick and mortar stores for whatever, PC parts or not, be safe out there. It can get really crazy. Yeah, have a good, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving with your family, friends, whoever you celebrate it with. If not, have a great Thursday. And I will be back next week with another video. See you guys later.